The 28th of September, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay, very good. We got some Rashis over here, starting with Hilchos B'Krichos B'Reshus Harabim.
Okay, Lou, we had read actually it was 23A4. I just read all of the Gemara, and now we have Rashi's on that.
23A4?
Yep, 23A4. I just read that whole thing.
Wow.
And now some of us
I was on 22A.
Well, you're well off. We're on 23. We're in 23A4. And then there's Rashi on it. And the 23A4, to summarize it quickly, there was a question whether it was in a Rishusi Yachid or Rishusi or Rabim, was it in a private or public domain, and then whether or not it fell or it was placed there. Those were the two questions. And then there was a difference on that. But if it had, those rulings only happened in a Rav is saying if it didn't have a siman. Once it has a siman, no difference. He has to announce it. Because now we said the whole chelchtata. We are going to do the Rashi. If I can find which Rashi we're up to. Okay, we're up to the hilchata. The ruling is okay, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 lines up. The hilchata is krichos, these bundles, so to speak, in the Rishus Rabim. Kedemoke, we establish lo she'ein bo siman, that there wouldn't be any siman of them. And then the Rishus Yachid, but a private domain, it depends. Iderech nefila, if it's the normal way of falling, hari elu shelo. The finder can keep them because it just fell, and he'd be miyayish of it. The leichel, because he can't say a makom have a siman, that the place that it fell is considered a siman. The halo yoda, because he didn't know. Heichen nefila, he didn't know it fell from him.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's why Rashi says siman makom cannot be a siman, says Rashi, because the loser doesn't know where it was that he dropped it. If it was derech nefila, rather. If it was derech nefila.
Yeah, but just fell. But
it just fell.
But derech aniacho, no tolerance. But if it was there that he placed it down, well, he placed it. Then he placed it there. He has to put it down. He has to announce it. He has to take it and announce it for the owner to come get it. And the makom, the place, the low yenicho sham, and the place, and he didn't place it there. Shema, perhaps yimsa akum, a goy is going to find it. And he will take it. The Shema shakachum that was forgotten about him. The owners forgot about it.
Right. So Rashi's explaining why the din is to run on Rashi. No telemachris makom. You take it and you announce it. The finder has to take it and announce it. Take it from where it is, where it was found, and announce. What does he announce? Says Rashi, makom. He announces that he found the object in the. Oh, well, actually, yeah, okay. So how's it work? He's going to announce that he found a certain item in the following place, And then the owner is going to say, "Oh yeah, that's where I left my widget." So he's going to go to the finder and say, "Yes, you found my widget. That's where I put my widget." So the simon is it's a funny simon. In other words, the simon really is the makom, I guess, because he's saying, yes, you found my widget in that place. The widget, I don't think, is the simon because it doesn't have a simon on it. It's just a widget. It's like any other widget. Widgets are all the same. So when the finder announces, he announces the place that the item was found, I guess. Unless you'll say the other way. You hear what we hear. My hesitation is over here. I don't know exactly what Rashi's saying over here. It sounds to me like what Rashi's saying is, to run on Rashi, the finder will announce. What will he announce? Makom. What does that mean to me? It means that he'll announce, the finder will say, I found a certain item, which I'm not telling you what it is, in Makom Ploni. And then the owner will have to come around and say, oh yes, Makom Ploni, that's where I put my widget. So he's going to go to the guy and say, yes, I left a widget here in Makom Ploni. And like that, he's going to get his item, I suppose. How does the art scroll explain that case? In other words, the other alternative is the guy's going to say, I found a widget. The finder is going to say, widget found. Come and give a simon. And then the guy will come around and say, yes, I lost a widget, and the simon was that I put it down intentionally in Makom Ploni. So the simon is the Makom is functioning as the simon. Generally, we don't announce. The finder doesn't announce the simon. That's what the owner has to come and give to prove that that's his item. So according to that, I think the second way I said it is makes more sense. But according to that, why is Rashi saying Machri's Makom? He's not going to be Machri's Makom. It's not going to announce that something was found in the following place. How does Art Scroll say?
The Art Scroll says, and this is note 29 on it, that the ish is well, you can go before. He's unaware of the place they fell. And since they lack a simon, the owner can never identify them. But then it says the reason one should take them and announce them rather than leave them in place is because it is possible that the one who placed them there has forgotten them. And by the time he remembers and returns for them, they will be taken by a Gentile who does not observe the Torah laws. It's letting it get away.
So they explained the last part of the Rashi, but I'm wondering about the first word of Rashi. So they didn't get into that.
Which one? What do you consider the first word?
First word of Rashi is makom.
Okay, he announces he found them in a certain place, and the owner reclaims them by naming the objects.
The owner claims it by naming what? Again, read that word, that sentence you just read.
He says by naming the object as explained above, and he explained it above a page ago on the other page. That's his way out of it. He's not saying what it is. He's saying on the other page I explained it. On 22b.
Sounds like they're having the same difficulty that I'm having. Let's see, maybe I have something on this. If it's derech nefila, if it's derech hanacha, no to lemachris. Iksharitva. Arei hadinhu shafilu safik hinuach mistapek shema habaylim henichuhu sham, and therefore lo yitol, don't take it. Kol shekain vada hinuach. Oh, that's the other issue. The other issue is that Rashi's paskening. I mean, that's the language of the Gemora. Gemora says notel umachris. Right? The Gemara says notel umachris. Notel means to take, meaning you're taking it away from the place that it was found. Umachris, and then you're announcing. Oh, so they're making a big deal out of is it really true that you should on something which is derech hinuach, something which was put there by the owner specifically with intention to put it down there in that place? The Ritva is saying that we saw in the Chaf Hey Amid Beis that even if the finder has a doubt, he entertains the possibility that it might be that this item, which he sees over here, lost item, it looks like it might have been placed here intentionally by the owner in the way that it's put down. In that case, the Gemara says over there, don't take it. Meaning, leave it for the person to come and get it. And he concludes, if that's so, in the case of a Safek Hinuach, Kol Shekain, in the case of Vada Hinuach, if it's clear that he put it down in this place specifically with knowledge and intention, he's intending to come back for it. So don't dray him a cup and take it. He's going to come back in half an hour, and he's going to not find it there. And he's going to say, "Oh, Yvei, what happened over here? Somebody took my thing." Oh, so then he says the whole pilpul over here. Maybe that's talking only in a case of something that doesn't have a simon. And it's not possible, it would therefore not be possible to give it back to the owner, because the owner can't prove that it's his. What do you mean? He could say, I placed it down in Makom Ploni, that's my simon. But in the event that it has a simon, so then for sure you take it and you announce it. Well, that can't be the din over here, because that's a separate din. We already we say that in a couple lines. If it has a simon, no tulumakris. This, what it says over here, if it's derech hanacha, is lechora talking where it isn't there's not a simon. Because the case where there's a simon, we said it doesn't matter whether it's derech hinuach, derech hanacha, the derech nefila. It's all the same. It's got a simon, and you got to take it and be makris. Don't understand. Okay. So again, the question I have is like this. It says in the Gemora that the psak halacha is, right? It says the hilchasa. The accepted halacha is that if it was derech hanacha, if this item looks like it was put there intentionally knowingly by the owner, so the Mishnah says no to lemachris. You take it and you announce it. And Rashi says right after Machris, Rashi says Makom. So I thought that's a run on Rashi. As though Rashi saying, what do you Machris? What do you announce? you announce makom. What does that mean? That means that the finder announces, I found a certain item in makom ploni. Come and claim it if you think it's yours. One second, just thinking right now. If that's the case, then makom is functioning as a siman. So then that falls into the next cases. So the other alternative is to say that the owner, rather not the owner, the finder is announcing. He's making the machris means he's announcing. He's announcing it. He puts a petek in the shul, and he says, "Found." What does he announce? I found a widget. Anyone who gives an identifying siman will give it back to you. So he doesn't announce where he found it. He announces that he found a widget. Widget is not a siman. They all look the same. So the siman would be the makom that it was found. Except that doesn't work very well with what Rashi's saying over here, because Rashi sounds like he's saying makri's makom.
If you look on page 22b, it seems that there's a machlokus between Tosfos and Rashi. Tosfos says what you just said. He announces the lost object in order that the owner be able to name the location and thereby reclaim it. But Rashi says he does not name the object he found in his announcement. It merely states he found something in a certain location. The owner identifies it by saying that he found lost sheaves in that place.
Oh, look at that. Where is this?
This is footnote 22 on page 22b3. Now, there's another opinion by Rava. It is highly unlikely, however, that another person lost the very same thing in the very same place. Therefore, naming the object found in a specific place suffices to reclaim it. According
Who
to
says that?
So Rava says the claimant has to state both things. So I guess the announcer in that case would just say, I found something. Tell me what it is and where I found it, and I'll give it to you.
Mm. Interesting. So does it say which Tosfos to look in on Chaf base, Amud base?
No, it just says see Tosfos, an explanation of Rashi for Rava's opinion, and then for the general Tosfos, it just says see Tosfos.
Yeah. I think it's this big Tosfos near the bottom. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I see the Tosus has a whole discussion about this. It's the Tosus, I think, in Chaf Beis Amid Beis Dibur Maskil E. It's a lengthy Tosus over here.
Right.
Okay.
If there's no simon, why do we return it?
Yeah. Right. That's what Tosus explains is the Gemora's question. Ibad leka simen my machris. Literally, what the language of the Gemora is: if there is no simen, what shall you announce? What could you? What is there to announce? Tosus says it doesn't mean what it means is lamet tzorich lahakris hamotzi me'akasha she'avud ein bo simen litain she'avud ein bo simen litain. What's they check? What do they switch over here? She'ovid, yeah, the word should be ovid. But find the loser, he has no siman to give. So how can he prove that it's his? In order for the loser to be given the chayfetz back, he has to prove that it's his. How does he prove that it's his? He proves that it's his by giving a siman. So the item doesn't have a siman at all. So Tosus explaining the Gemora is asking my makris, why should you be obligated to be makris? Why should you be obligated to announce? The finder should have to announce that he found the following thing. The owner is not going to be able to prove that it's his. Mishane is a makris she'oso she'ovad yitain simen makom. I guess the Gemora answers over here that he's going to give a siman of makom. Okay. He doesn't get to our issue until much later in this Tosus, so we'll leave it for here. Oh yeah, that's where. Yeah, Rashi Meforish, Rashi Shapirish Shamotzi Makris Makom Shomer Matsasi Chayfetz B'Makom Ploni. Rashi says you announce. The finder announces, I have found a certain item in Makom Ploni. Hu Yamar Chayfetz Ploni Vikena. And the owner will come and say, yes, that was you found my chayfetz ploni over there in Makom Ploni. Vikena, and that is regarded as a we'll give it to him in that case. Tosus asks, Satz Kasha, the Hotanan Bepirkin, Amar Aveda, V'lo Amar Simonin, Loi Amar Klum. If the owner says, I lost the following item, but he doesn't give a simon, lo amar klum, so he has not done anything to prove that the item is his. So therefore concludes Tosus, this that he is mechaven for the chayfetz, he mentioned that the chayfetz was there, that doesn't qualify as a siman. The hasam nami lav mishum shehu chashud l'shaker shehefsid chayfetz ella mishum de amalei ki hechi the at avadat chayfetz, just like you lost a chayfetz like that. Hachanami emar adam acher. I'll say that there's another person, Hifsid. He also lost a chayfetz like that. So how do I? If you're not giving me a siman to prove that it's yours, can't give it back to you. About hacha, but in this case, it's Tosus mahadrinan the ein regilus shebnei adam abdu chayfetz zeh kazeh. Ubamakum echad. Oh no, I didn't read that right. It says Tosus ein regilis sheshnei bnei adam avdu chayfetz zeh kazeh ubamakum echad. We're going to rely on the facts, says Tosus, that it's not generally a common case at all that two people will have lost the same item in one place. So the fact that the Lepirish Rashi habe makris mokum, the hocha perusho mamash dumya the makris minyan shili perikama. Yeah, Rashi's. That's the way we read Rashi. That was the literal way to read Rashi. The finder announces that he found the item in that makom. The hacha perusho mamish dumya the machris minyan, because like that it's the same as being machris minyan. We didn't get there. We did get there, but I don't remember that. You found 3 of them. You found 4 of them. Yeah, what happens when you have you say you found the finders, the guy says, oh, I found 4 items. Tell me which items were found, and I'll give you them back to you. The siman really is the minyan, but he's announcing that minyan. It's the same issue, I think. You'd have the same issue. Do you say you announce widgets, and the guy comes and says, "Oh yeah, you found 4 of them. I lost 4 of them," or do you announce, "I found 4 things," and he comes and says, "Yes, those 4 things that you found, they were my 4 widgets." Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay, take care. Be well. Thanks.
Okay.
See you tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem.
All the best, everybody. Be well.
Bye-bye.